Om Sahanavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavai Om Shanti 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 Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Mrutangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good evening. Today I am not going to take up any new quote. I just want to elaborate further on what I said on Saturday. You can consider this as episode number 2. What did I say on Saturday? And parenthood. You remember? Yes, it is only in the homes of educated and pious mothers that great men and women are born. You might have seen this, you might have observed this. Children born in the same family, children born of same parents, huge variation between one and one. Yes? ఒకే తల్లిదండ్రులు పుట్టిన బిడ్డల్లో చాలా వ్యత్యాసం కనపడుతుంది కదా మనకి. We all know that actually characters or qualities are transferred from parents to children through genes. The same father, same mother, same genes. But there is a huge difference between one child and another child. How do we account for the difference? How do we account for the difference? Same genes. So science says the genetic information, exchange of genetic information takes place random. You know, meiosis takes place, 23 chromosomes come from father and 23 chromosomes from mother. The genetic information takes place random, science says. But our philosophy says, our culture says, our dharma says, you know, after death what happens? After death, the soul of the individual takes the subtle body or the mind. Through this body, you perform actions throughout your life. So all the resultant of that actions comes with you when you die. That's called subtle body or linga sarira or mind. Only physical body dies. The mind won't die when you die. With the mind also dissolved, it's nirvana like Buddha. Then you have become Buddha. Okay? Mind actually, when mind is dead, you are attained enlightenment. When we die, the mind will not go. Only the physical body will go. So the soul, along with the mind, or linga sarira, it's also called subtle body, transmigrates and takes another body. And the soul looks for suitable parents who will provide me the right kind of physical body. Next birth begins. So death is only karma, it's not a full stop. There is no actual full stop for us. We live eternally. This body goes, another body comes. So don't fear death, one thing. Okay? So the soul actually looks for another body and it looks for parents who will provide the soul with the right kind of body. So it looks and enters into the womb of the mother. So already the software is ready. So the good qualities from father and good qualities from mother, bad qualities from father and bad qualities from mother, and what proportion has to take, and that much only it will take. The distribution of genetic material is not random. So the soul takes good and bad from father accordingly as it performed its previous actions. It is already predetermined in a way. But if the parents pray to the divine, if they do penance, if they do tapas, only the Supreme Lord can effect a change in that subtle body. Otherwise, actually, a child brings his own karma through the last birth, and parents can have to provide only the physical material. So this is a little technical subject. I require your kind attention. Okay, so that is the reason we can say in our culture, Matru Devo Bhava. Mother needs to be worshipped because if she prays to the divine at that point of time, the God actually will undo. So whatever the bad karma that the child is bringing with it, and only the new qualities, good samskaras, the Lord will infuse with. Suppose all the good qualities from mother and all the good qualities of father come to the child will become a god. Let us say the reverse happened. All the bad qualities of mother and all the bad qualities of father have come to the child. How the child would be? A veritable demon. He will be a devil kind of human being. There is a huge variation in human species. Human being is not just flesh and blood, as I already told you. There is this subtle body called mind and emotional body, feeling. There are people who always radiate love. There are people who are always irritable, always actually jealous of somebody, always angry. Have you not seen such human beings? Right? Individuals who are not happy with themselves. There are people who always radiate love, who are always kind and compassionate. You feel like living in their company. They are so sweet, so loving, so gentle, so kind, so beautiful. Because of that, because of the inner body, they are beautiful, not because of the external form. The external form, flesh and blood, everybody is made up of same flesh and blood, right? Two eyes, 2 ears, and everything. But the inner makeup, there is a huge variation between individual and individual. There's phenomenal difference between one individual and another individual. But when it comes to animals, there's not much difference between one dog and another dog. And that's why we don't talk about personality development there. Right? There's not much difference between one tiger and another tiger. This tiger eats more or less same quantity of food, that tiger also eats same quantity of food. In terms of intellectual development also, there's not much variation between one animal and another animal. But when it comes to human beings, we have people like Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekananda, Buddha, Shankara, men of titanic intellect, men of gigantic intellect, exceptional geniuses. And also we have the dullest brains. Have you not seen in society? A good number of people are there today. Right. That's the reason. If you pray, you will have a smart child, as Swamiji said. It was my parents actually who prayed and who did tapas and brought me into the world. So all the genius I have, I owe to my parents. That's what Swamiji said. Okay? So it is important. Last time I gave the example of, so this inheritance of characters, the qualities are transmitted from parents to children through genes. It's a partial truth, not a complete truth. Actually, today there is a subject called epigenetics. Epigenetics. So there is a subject called epigenetics. Now doctors say, now scientists say, 85% is epigenetics, only 15% genetics. Epigenetics means environment. It's environment that determines the quality of the child. You all have heard the story of Prahalada? Prahalada story? Who are his parents? Who is father of Prahalada? Hiranyakashipu. Very good. Who is mother? Prahalada's mother? Lilavati, Kayadu. Both are actually demons, right? Hiranyakashipu is a great Rakshasa. Mother also actually Rakshasi. But to that Rakshasa and Rakshasi, greatest devotee of the Lord was born. How do we explain it through genes? Genes means parental genes are Asuric genes, Rakshasa genes. Child also must have been a Rakshasa, greater Rakshasa. But completely the reverse thing happened there. How did it happen? When Leelavati was carrying Prahlada in her womb, she happened to spend her time in Narada Maharshi's ashrama. That sage Narada went on narrating about the stories of God continuously and constantly. But she, being a Asuric woman, Tamasic woman, she would not listen, she would not understand that. But the child inside the womb of the mother would nod his head. Yes, yes, he would tell. But Narada went on narrating all the stories of the Lord. So the child came out from the womb of the mother, fully soaked with that divine consciousness. To Rakshasas, a greatest child, a greatest devotee of the Lord was born. Completely reverse happened actually. Through genes, you cannot explain this. That's why our Rishis have told long back that it's not the genes, the environment that the parents actually create for themselves. And that depends the quality of the child. It's a very important thing. Today, scientists are also saying, today doctors are saying 85% is determined by environment. If the mother is full of anxiety, if the mother has stress, means you will have, a weak child. You will have congenital disorders. Maybe children may be having, they may be born with congenital disorders, or sometimes actually other problems they will come into the world. Physically challenged and mentally challenged, they might come into the world. They might slip into the world. That's why it is important that the parents pray for a good child, a great life, and also you need to conduct yourself consciously. What thought you generate, what emotion you generate, that is very significant in the sense that that will impact the child positively or negatively accordingly as you generate positive thought or negative thought. Okay, so you need to be very careful. As I already told you, as tomorrow's parents, you have a sacred responsibility. What is the sacred responsibility? How can I become a great father? How can I become a great mother? You should have this aspiration and you should bring great lives into the world. Today's society needs great men and great women. Okay, we are talking about manushulu kavali. Men are wanted, women are wanted. What kind of men, what kind of women are wanted? Great men and great women. Okay, thank you. Have a nice evening.